Running commentary. We are exploring listening to albums. It is a lost art form. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man was released in 1983 and spawned the hits Tell Her About It, Uptown Girl, Leave a Tender Moment Alone, and something else which I'm going to have to focus on at a little later stage. The sleeve is taken from 142 Mercer Street, where we see the Billy Joel sitting on the steps, as would a doo-wop member. Although probably they do it in Brooklyn rather than in Manhattan. So clearly Billy has great friends who allowed him to sit on their stoop. Phil Ramone is the producer, surprisingly. I guess Phil was looking for the big bucks. The harmonica is provided by Toots Thielemans, who we certainly once or twice graced the Beach Cafe, as myself and my producer can definitely attest. So he provided the harmonica on Leave a Tender Moment Alone. As far as the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. were concerned, Billy Joel's contribution warranted a high honor for influencing American culture through arts in 2013. This is apparently the highest honor in the land, so well done, Billy, for that. Billy's parents were, Billy Joel's mother was born in England to Jewish parents. This was the 9th studio album from Billy Joel. The previous album, The Nylon Curtain, spawned some kind of a top 10 in the US, which I can't remember without looking back at my notes. But just so you know, Billy Joel is the 3rd most successful US solo artist in recording history. Has been nominated for countless Grammys, including actually Uptown Girl. He was a Grammy nominee, and just like everything else, was beaten out by Thriller. Easy Money starts with a Superfly riff, as in Curtis Mayfield, which is immediately off-putting. I don't want to hear Curtis Mayfield on this track, and immediately I'm thinking of Superfly. Billy Joel, Superfly, no, not really. I'm not thinking of the two in the same breath. There's a gambling theme here, and it's better to lose on the slots than lose on the ladies. You know what's better also not to lose on is the first track on your album. Don't like this song. It's called Easy Money. It's just absolutely dreadful. An Innocent Man, which is the title track, I have to say is a great 80s ballad. It's one of my favorites. This album was one of the first I received, together with Culture Club, Color by Numbers, and I think it's poignant. I think it's insightful. I think the lyrics to this song are really meaningful. Again, it is, as our director says, it's one of those songs that you do listen to by yourself and develop a relationship with. It's certainly not something that you're going to go bragging to your friends and neighbors. Oh, I just listened to An Innocent Man by Billy Joel and it's really changed my life. It might change your life kind of in a sort of more personal level. It's easier to hate than wait anymore. Promises made in the dark. Yeah, I can definitely relate to the lyrics on this song, and it really is an important song on this album and in terms of its final mark. The Longest Time is a successful doo-wop hit in 1984. Well done, Billy. It shows you that this album was targeted directly for baby boomers. It's a great written song. What I really like about this song is that when it comes on, when I'm hanging around fellow New Yorkers as a red jacket, I see the boys making pizzas and the people running business actually actively singing along to this song. They really like this song, The Longest Time. I've always liked it, and it continues to work. I think it was a song that was really well conceived and thought out for this album. And just so you know, An Innocent Man basically related to the fact that Billy had been recently separated from his first wife, who, when he'd written Just the Way You Are, her first comment to him when he told her that he'd written it for her was, am I going to be getting a share of the royalties? Which probably explains why they ended up divorcing. This night is the second doo-wop slice of pizza. It's working class union pizza, and grab another slice. You know, we're getting full, but tasty so far. That's all. It's another slice of doo-wop, and it's okay. We get that you want to kind of recreate the magic of the teenage years, but you're not there anymore. And okay, so you're going to make this record for who? For those same people, baby boomers. Okay, yeah, well, they are still the people paying for the concert tickets. They are still the people paying for the double headers with Elton John at Madison Square Garden. So of course, how can we not respect them? Tell Her About It is a very good follow-up to Uptown Girl. The brass in this record is very effective. It's a kind of up-tempo, two-step jaunt. You know, you can really groove along to this. The bridge is my favorite part, because now and then she'll get to worrying just because you haven't spoken for so long. And though she may not have done anything, will that be a consolation when she's gone? I really think this song works well. I think it's in earnest. It's really, again, important on this song to shift this album. Uptown Girl is the 6th track on the album, and it's the second best-selling single in the UK in 1983, second only to Come a Chameleon, which you already know how we feel about that song on this show. Uptown Girl, I think, yeah, stands up. I can still listen to that. Anyone that ever dared try to cover this, you are absolutely not forgiven. This song never needed covering. It kind of takes its own place. It was a great comeback single. It shifted a whopping 940,000 covers in the UK. So you can only imagine the scope and range of this song's success. The old R&B standards prevail in the lyrics of this song, with rock and roll's women waiting for the guy's ship to come in. As you know, that ship has long since sailed. But there's a beauty to the fact that the girl will wait for him. Christie Brinkley is in the video, strutting around the grease monkey as he pulls himself from under whatever that red car was that was in the garage. And Uptown Girl is a memorable part of what this album is all about. Careless Talk, doo-wop, doo-plop. The third segment of Pastiche at this point is becoming irritating. It sounds meaningless. He sings well, but who cares at this point on the album? What is your point? Okay, we get that you're justifying it with where it goes back to and how it comes about, but I don't really get the reasoning for that until I get to the last track on the album, and we'll talk about that when we'll get to it. Christie Lee is clearly penned for his supermodel wife, Christie Lee Brinkley, who we've already talked about. She's in the Uptown Girl video. Yes, she's beautiful. Yes, she's on the cover of every fashion magazine in the United States. Yes, everybody knows who she is. She's blonde-haired. She's blue-eyed. We all know who Billy Joel is. He's an ex-boxer who's got his nose broken. He had golden gloves on the circuit for a while, and it worked beautifully for him until he realized, you know what? I'm out of here. But the album is leaving me feeling left out at this point. I'm not married to a supermodel. What does this have to do with my life? Are you perhaps losing context? Are you bragging? Is that what you're doing? Are you saying, well, I can marry a supermodel, and apparently she lives for the sax? Now, how long have they been divorced? I don't know. I mean, it's telling lyrics about how he would react also to the demise of a relationship, as he talks about sinking into bottles and being in dark corners all by himself. And just like Rod Stewart, that's exactly what happened. She did leave him, and it's nice that it's memorized on this album, but kind of sad and tragic in the same way, and particularly on this song, which just reminds me of him trying to be like Jerry Lee Lewis. Leave a Tender Moment Alone is a great written song. It's very well written. It's performed in earnest. It seems genuine. The bridge is really inspired. I like his falsetto here. He's going for it, and it works. I really do think it works. Again, the harmonica that we talked about with Toots Thielemans is a great job from the harmonica player. Keep the Faith. I'm on the fence with this track at the beginning of it because, I'm really just sick and tired of the whole doo-wop thing, and then I get to realize, the instrumentation is good, the musicians are into it, they believe in what they're doing, and, the lyrics sort of shuffling along and remembering that it's the Baby Boomers record. It's not even really designed for my palate. I don't think Billy Joel, 9 albums in, really gives a shit whether I'm going to be listening to it as a 12-year-old or indeed now. It seems like a precursor to the River of Dreams. I know that people that were initially into Billy Joel were really just over him by the time River of Dreams came out. There's lyrics alluding to past fashions, such as Old Spice aftershave and Permanent Wave and shark skin jackets, which definitely, again, it will hit these baby boomers hard and they'll find it very amusing. I thought I was the Duke of Earl when I made it with the red-headed girl in the back of a Chevrolet. I get it. It's funny. It's throwback. But hang on a minute. Wasn't it still rock and roll to me, kind of dealing with the same kind of things with the white wool tires and the bright orange pair of pants? There's a lot of similarity here. And as I'm sitting here and talking about it, I'm actually going to dock a few marks because I didn't think of that when I wrote these notes. The final mark for Billy Joel's An Innocent Man is 67%. An innocent man means that you're not guilty of anything. And unfortunately, there are several sins committed. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, recommend it to friends, post comments. Also, if you have an album that you'd like to hear reviewed, we welcome your requests.